Malcolm Butler has experienced a fall from grace in the last 2 years, unlike any we've really seen in the NFL, at least in recent memory. Evan Lazar going from an all-pro in 2016 and perhaps one of the best corners in the league to now, according to some sabermetrics websites, perhaps the worst in the league.
Don't tell Bill Belichick about those scouting
Belichick,
websites.
Not a fan of those scouting websites, but he recognizes Butler's struggling. When asked about Butler today, he just said, Tennessee is a good defense.
Yeah.
When Mike Vrabel was asked about Butler struggling today, asked about his confidence, he gave a very dodgy answer. Now, what could have happened in the last 2 years that affected Malcolm Butler's confidence? I don't know, maybe getting benched in the Super Bowl by Bill Belichick. So, Evan, you floated this theory yesterday. I want to give you a chance to expand on it because I think there's something to this.
Yeah.
And we talked about it in another video you can check out on the CLNS YouTube page that, maybe this play vindicates Bill Belichick for benching Butler because is this the player Butler really was? I want to look at it at the other angle. Is Butler this player now because he got benched?
I think so. I think when you look at cornerback play, the most important thing, and Mike Vrabel said this, is confidence, right? You need to have confidence in yourself because there are going to be moments where you get burned. You're going to get beat. This is the National Football League. There's a lot of really good receivers out there. On Monday night against the Dallas Cowboys, Malcolm Butler went up against Amari Cooper, a former #1 pick, 4th overall in the draft a few years ago. That's a really good player. If you don't have confidence, if you don't have confidence in yourself that you can rebound after, a play goes wrong and another play goes wrong, then it becomes like quicksand almost and you get buried very quickly. I think that's what's happened to Malcolm Butler this season. I thought that maybe getting that big contract from the Tennessee Titans was going to give him some more confidence after the benching in the Super Bowl. Somebody else finally believes in him. Other than the Patriots before the benching. So I thought that might maybe give him a little bit of extra boost. It hasn't. He's just not the same guy confidence-wise, I would say. And he doesn't have the athletic makeup or the physical traits to be a guy that is reacting to plays one step behind all the time and is just not trusting his eye discipline and not trusting what he's seeing out there. I kind of see a player that's twofold right now. One, a guy that has zero confidence, and two, a guy that maybe got a little bit fat and happy with the big contract. Because right now you watch him play and there just doesn't seem like there's any sort of anticipatory actions to his game. And one thing that we talk a lot about with Stephon Gilmore is that he's able to anticipate routes a lot of the time. And a big reason for that is because of his attention to detail and his attention to film study. And that was what Mike Vrabel also said, along with eye discipline, was an issue for Malcolm, is that his details aren't there. And I think a lot of that is if you don't study the receivers, you don't study the schemes, you don't study the formations, have no clue of what's coming at you every single week. And right now he's reacting to everything. So
what's the best way to attack Malcolm Butler this week? And do you think that, I think it goes one of two ways. Either Butler sees Belichick again, memories get triggered and he completely shuts down, or he comes back, has something to prove this week, plays his best game of the season, gets his year back on track. Sure. Which one do you think is most likely, and what's the best way for the Patriots to go at him this week?
I think that it's someplace in the middle, but I don't think that Malcolm Butler is going to be the same player that he was again this year. Maybe next year after an off-season off and, maybe he can kind of recollect himself and stuff like that. I don't think that it's going to happen just because Bill Belichick is back in the fold. Now, Mike Vrabel said that he made some plays in the second half against Dallas that were good football plays, he called them, where he kind of picked up a little bit of confidence in that, and the first half was really rough for him, but he still gave up over 100 yards into his coverage, and he got beat for that touchdown on that double move where his eyes were just in the backfield and he just got torched. I would say that the best way to go about this against Butler is really you got to put either Edelman or Josh Gordon on him. Let him off the hook by putting a guy like a Chris Hogan or a Philip Dorsett out there. Don't let him off that easily. Put one of your top guys on him, whether it's you can or not. I think that they play a lot of man coverage in Tennessee, so there could be some matchup assignments that the defense tries to dictate to keep Butler away from, like, let's say a Josh Gordon, because I think that that's a bad matchup for him. But if Edelman or Josh Gordon can get themselves on Malcolm Butler, you can take advantage of some of the things that his technique is going awry with, especially that eye discipline issue with double moves and things of that nature. You have a good chance of really exploiting Malcolm Butler.
Did Bill Belichick ruin Malcolm Butler? That's the question. Leave your answer in the comments down below. From Gillette Stadium, he's Evan Lazar. I'm Alex Barth for CLNS.